When comparing socialistic governing models with democratic republic models, it becomes blatantly obvious that we are trying to shift towards a more socialist approach in our government system. We look at candidates such as Bernie Sanders, who are generally looking out for the betterment of people. But with that betterment, we also have to consider there will be a bigger disparity between politicians and the citizens they govern. It stops becoming what the people need, but what we believe that the people need. It also becomes a problem when companies and investors tend to stray away from socialistic countries in an effort to make a bigger profit. And also when citizens begin to slack off in terms of their work for the country, it becomes a problem on whether or not the aid that they are receiving matches with the work they are contributing to the society. Then we can compare a democratic republic and a capitalist government, which we kind of have at this point. We have the ability to vote in representatives on a local and regional and state level, as well as a federal level, but voting those delegates and those people in office doesn't guarantee that your voice will be heard. Sure, you get an assurance of what your vote is, but as we've seen with multiple candidates, especially in the previously held office and a lot of the Congress we saw during said president, we saw a lot of people shift from their parties and stray from their original beliefs. If their platforms match those of when they were previously elected, it is hard to compare on a one-to-one basis. But we can see when people have shifted from their platforms to favor themselves. We also see massive bureaucracies where the action that certain states need or the certain laws that need to be passed are slowed down because there's more obstacles to be jumped through. There's more things to consider. And it just allows for corruption overall because there's a personal gain. There's a personal fame that comes with sitting in office. But I still believe that the democratic republic with a capitalist government is the best option. It's sad to say that in order to succeed, you must step over somebody to achieve a higher ground. And there's a higher possibility because of better education. You're not fighting for a higher standard as you would be with socialism. If everybody's kind of kept to the same level, there is nobody working what we call minimum wage jobs. And then we think about advocacy. We elect our officials and we move forward not only by political beliefs and how we choose to push them, but also how we choose to execute them to our sitting parties to advocate for women's rights. We've come so far, but that's only because the people spoke out and elected people into the seats that had these same beliefs and brought these concerns to their governments. And I believe that it encourages political participation for all individuals. You live in a country that is ran by what the people have said or what the people have believed is going to be said for them. To forget about that and just let the country be ruled as people who sit above you see fit is not fully understandable, if that makes sense. So that is why I believe that the democratic republic with a capitalistic economic system would be most likely to succeed and not collapse like Israel did under a socialistic government.